Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is the Budget Armory Channel, and another exciting video for your viewing pleasure. With this reloading series I've been doing on 5.56x45 or 223 Remington, I've had a lot of questions as regard to what the cost with savings would be. So I decided to go ahead and do a breakdown. Now this is based on what I paid in my area, North Carolina. I live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's Forsyth County. State sales tax is 7.75%, so I've included that in this where applicable. With my handy dandy calculator out of the way, and this is where I got my numbers from. 1 pound of powder, including tax, cost me $23.69. It's $21.99 plus tax, and that's for a pound of hydrogen H335. The bullets, I bought 500 of them for about 44 bucks, delivered to my doorstep from Wideners.com. If I've got the link in the videos, and I'll put one in this video also. But those worked out to 8.8 cents per round. That's 500 of them. Primers were 4 cents each. Now I bought the CCI number 41 primers, and these were specifically for 5.56 ammo. You can use small rifle primers, and they're about $7-8 less. They're about $30 ish per thousand. These were about 38 plus tax. I've included the tax in here at 4 cents. That's where I came up with 4 cents each. So we're $37.99 plus 0.775 cents with sales tax. Anyway, powder charge 8.6 cents per charge, and I'll show you really quickly how I came up with that. Per 100 grams there is 1,543 grains. Now each can of powder has 454 grains per pound, so that's what I worked it out from. So 1,543 times 4.54 equals right around 7,005, I think it was. I didn't write it down. So that divided, into my $23.69 came up with 0.0033818 cents per grain. My charge was 25.3 grains per round, and that's where I got the 8.6 cents. Now, if my math is incorrect somewhere, I did this after I got home from work, so my brain's a little fried anyway. Please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to add an addendum to this video. But these are my cost breakdowns. The brass, of course, is reclaimed brass. It's once fired or twice fired. The Georgia Arms stuff is twice fired at least, because it's already been reloaded once by Georgia Arms. But the rest of the stuff, the Winchester, is stuff that I bought and fired myself. And so I didn't put any cost for brass. Now, if you want unbought brass to like hand load, precision, target ammunition, of course your cost would be much different. But that's not what the purpose of this exercise is. So here's the grand total. It comes out to 21.4 cents per round, or $4.28 per 20, or $107 per 500. Now this is brass, reloadable. This is 5.56x45. Basically, I'm duplicating the XM193 round, or the M193 round. The X indicates that it's like a second or a third tier. It didn't pass the top line military inspection. There's nothing wrong with XM193. Usually it's just blemish or cosmetic blemishes of some sort. Maybe there's some denting in the batch or something like that. I heard if there's one case or two cases that are just dinged a little bit, they basically mark the whole batch off, and it becomes civilian XM193. This is what this is. It's not 223 Remington. So the cost for that is going to be a little bit higher than you would be for 223 Remington. Right now, 5.56x45 NATO rounds, new, are going for about let's say $10 a box of 20. So you're saving roughly half of that by reloading your own to these specific specifications. If I were to load them the 223 Remington pressures and powders, I'd be at least a grain less. If I remember correctly. So it's going to save a little bit, not a significant amount, maybe like what, $4.25 or something like that around. Of course, as you increase the amount of rounds that you reload, the more you're going to save. So I've loaded 200 right now. So in my mind, I've saved about $50 roughly, if my math is working out correctly. So like roughly 10 boxes of 20. And so if I even say that I've saved $4 per 20, then of course that's $40. So to me, it's worth it. Of course, I'll have to buy more powder. I'll have to replenish more primers, things of that nature. But the powder, I can't really remember how full it was, but after loading 200 rounds, I don't know if you can see in there, this is how much I have left. It's about a quarter of a can, maybe. Ish, not even that. So the rifle powder goes a lot quicker, obviously, than handgun powder because it's a much larger charge. But overall, you're still going to save money. So save your brass. Even if you're not reloading now, I would go ahead and save your brass. You know, go ahead and recollect. Yeah, it's a pain sometimes because someday you might. And even if you don't, there are places that will buy your brass from you. I mean, Georgia Arms, I think, will buy brass from you, or they'll give you a credit, like store credit, for use to purchase a loaded ammunition. So it's always a good idea to reload. Personally, I enjoy reloading. It's almost therapeutic for me. There is some patience involved the way I do it because I'm single stage. If you get more of a progressive like a Dillon 550B, like LSKW1, you know, great. You're going to load a lot more rounds a lot faster than I will. But your initial cost is going to be a lot higher. I went the cheap road. I went about as cheap as you can get, especially because the stuff was given to me. So I hope that answers a lot of questions. I had a lot of fun actually kind of figuring this out. But I hope that that helps kind of persuade you to go into reloading, not just for cost savings, but you know, if you do want to get into actual hand loading where you're loading ammunition for your particular rifle or your particular handgun, you can get really, really accurate. So it's just another hobby to add to your list. It's another thing for your wife to get angry at you about. But still, hey, it's worth it. So thanks for watching, and if you have any other questions or comments or any math corrections, please leave them in the comments, and I will be sure to put an annotation saying, hey, I was wrong here, this is what it actually cost. But I think I got it right this time. All right, thanks for watching.